It. Oh, I do apologize. My bad. YouTube. Let me let me run that back for you guys. God bless. Luz y progreso, love like prosperity. I hope all is well with you. Hello, Jessica. Bendición, mama. I hope you are doing well. It is Friday, August 14th, 11:52 p.m. Hey Jenny. Welcome in, you guys, wherever you guys are watching from. I am gonna give it a minute for people to tap in. Um, we're gonna see what's going on. I've been trying to be more confident. I hope your day is well. Also, yes, my love. I'm so glad that you are working on that. Sometimes, I was having this conversation with a friend of mine earlier today, and sometimes I don't realize, like, I know when you guys be tapping in, like, I be really, like, blunt, really honest, right? But it was just so crazy because, like, I was telling her, hi, LaShawn, Bendición, welcome back. I had mentioned something to her in regards to, like, some, I don't want to say behavior, but I just, like, had noticed that she, wore, like, um, t-shirts and like sweatpants a lot when we went out, and I kind of just made that comment, right? Without really thinking. It was just like a conversation that we were having, and she didn't take it any type of way. I think it registered to her, like, one day she was going in her closet and she was about to grab like a t-shirt and some sweatpants, and she was like, wait a minute, somebody just called me out on this. Maybe I should, not do that. And so sometimes I don't, I'm not saying that I'm not mindful with what I say, but, like, if I feel it in my heart to say it, or spirit is like, go ahead and let this person know, I feel like I'm doing you a disservice if I'm not being honest with you. And I think that's also like, uh you're either gonna love it or hate it, especially with a Sagittarius. Like, we're very blunt, and I think a lot of you appreciate that with me in particular, because I don't hold back. If I see something, if I sense something, I'm gonna let you know. And sometimes you just need, like, like an outside perspective, like somebody to be like, hey, I see this. Maybe if you want to, you know what I'm saying? I'm not forcing you, but it kind of like puts it in your mind. So I thought that that was super dope. Like, it was kind of like a outside experience. Like, she told me that, she was like, you said that to me, and it kind of replayed. And, I probably said it without really thinking anything, you know what I'm saying? But it really hit her. And I appreciate that. So I'm also the same way. I'd rather you tell me the honest truth, and not, sit there and tell me a lie. Because what kind of friend would I be? You know what I'm saying? Like, what kind of friend are you if you can't be honest with me? Is the way that I see it. So, Jessica, I'm glad that I was able to, you know, um, let you know about what I saw. And, now it's like replaying. It's like a conversation, an inner dialogue that you're having. Hey, Jesse, it's an inner monologue that you're having with yourself. You know what I'm saying? In regards to that, whether you change it or do something about it is solely up to you, right? But I think that's super dope when, you guys come to me and you tell me. Even when you guys tell me stuff, you know what I'm saying, I also take that into consideration as well. Because I think it's important to be open and receptive, right? um Without being judgmental or feeling like, like you're being targeted. Because I feel like that's what happens with a lot of people. They feel targeted for whatever reason, like, or maybe it's just the way that somebody is expressing it to them that they feel targeted. Have you guys ever felt that? Am I making sense? If I'm just rambling, I understand that too. But let me know in the comments if you understand what I mean when I say what I say. I'd rather have somebody be honest with me than be fake with me. I guess is like the main principle of the story is what I'm trying to get at. All right, I'm gonna fix that. All right, I'm gonna give it a minute. Hey, Blaze, I see you, beloved. God bless you. I hope all is well with you. We are back. We're gonna tap in. I'm gonna do some readings, of course. May tap into a collective. I'm not sure, but if you guys are here, please make sure. I see all of you guys are on YouTube, so please make sure to smash that like if you haven't done so already, and subscribe. All right. If you guys would share the live, I may need to restart my live. I'm starting to see that because it definitely is being shadow banned. 39 views in 6 minutes is crazy. Jessica, I'm gonna go ahead and restart. Okay, so jump back on. Yeah, 7 minutes. I knew that it's sometimes my lives do that, and I hate that. But I'm gonna restart it, and then we will go ahead and jump into prayer. I don't know why I have to do that, but it is what it is. All right. I feel like my phone is extremely heavy. There you go. Things are slowly becoming well. I hope you're well with you and your family. Amen. Thank you, my love. I appreciate you. How did the interview go? Didn't you have a recent interview? If I'm not mistaken. Excuse me. I'm sweet enough, so don't cupcake me. I feel when you are honest, you truly care. Right? That part. And I feel like it's also where you are too. Like if you're somebody that's definitely gets triggered by if you get triggered by somebody telling you something, and it's not out of spite, then that just shows kind of where you are on your healing journey as well. That's just how I see it. Jessica, I had to restart. Thank you for being here, girl. I appreciate you. I know you was tapping. My bad, girl. But we're back. We're back. We're back. I'm not going to restart, so whoever is here is here. I am going to go ahead and open up my call to prayer. Yes, I got a proposal to do a seasonal teaching position. Yes, it's going to work out. I told you something was coming. I literally told you something was coming. Look at that. God did. God did. Yes. Sagittarius, female, December fire. Same here, girl. Same here. 12/16. 12/16. 12/16. Had to be here for the collective. You already know, girl. Well, let's go ahead and open up in prayer. If you don't mind, Jessica, can you share for me and FYP the hell out of this for me? Whoever is here. Hi, Tina. Whoever is here is here. Let's go ahead and open up in prayer. It's 12 o'clock on the dot. All right, Padre nuestro que está en los cielos. Let me go ahead and change this real quick. Call to prayer. Boom. Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in, everybody. Make sure to smash that like. We're about to go ahead and tap into prayer. All right, and bless the space. So if you're here, know that it is divinely guided. We're going to be tapping into a collective energy read, and then we will open up the list, okay? God bless you, beautiful souls. Madam Divine here with Divine Intentions 33. I am an intuitive psychic medium, so I do have the gifts to channel messages from those who have crossed over. I am also a Reiki practitioner, heavy on healing, all right, and tapping into the deepest parts of yourself and evolving and becoming the best version of yourself. I am also a intentional jewelry maker. I make the dopest jewelry. I started getting into copper wire like years ago, and like I started getting back into it again, and I made some dope ass pieces. So I'll share that with you guys soon. I made a beautiful bracelet. It's like a wire cuff for my niece. Her quince is coming up. So I made her a wire copper cuff for her quince, which I'm really excited about. And I'm also the published author. I know I haven't been pushing this lately, but my book called By Fire, Crowned by Spirit. This is a reflection of my poems and of my life. So if you guys are interested, you guys can definitely check it out on Amazon. I also made these cute little bookmarks. Okay, it says I am becoming everything I was meant to be. And it has little sunflowers on them. And then on the back there's a message from me and it says, "If these words found you, they were meant for you." This book was written and with love, truth, and intention. I'm not going to read the whole message because I feel like it is very special for those who purchase. So definitely check it out if you guys haven't done so already. All right, let's go ahead and tap into call to prayer at 11 minutes. I'm gonna go ahead and jot that down, and then we'll tap in call to prayer 11 minutes. All right, let's tap in. Miss Gail, bendición, mamá. I hope you're doing well. You're just in time for prayer. Padre nuestro que está en los cielos, santificado sea tu nombre. Venga tu reino, hágase tu voluntad en la tierra como en el cielo. Danos hoy nuestro pan de cada día. Perdona nuestra ofensa como también nosotros perdonamos a los que nos ofenden. No nos dejes caer en la tentación, libéranos del mal. Amén. Ave María, Dios te salve María, llena eres de gracia, el Señor es contigo. Bendita tú eres entre todas las mujeres y bendito es el fruto de tu vientre Jesús. Santa María, Madre de Dios, ruega por nosotros pecadores, ahora en la hora de nuestra muerte. Amén. Gloria al Padre, al Hijo, al Espíritu Santo, como era en el principio, ahora y siempre, por los siglos de los siglos. Amén. God, above all, I give you thanks for this time, space, and energy that you have aligned me with the collective once again. I ask that you please remove all previous energies. Remove my energy from this reading as we now tap into the collective. God, I thank you for all that you continue to do. Cover me from my crown all the way down to my feet and extend that to the viewers wherever they may be watching from. Archangel Michael, I call upon you. I ask that you block all malice, all evil eye, all evil intent, all things that are meant to kill, destroy, to delay, we rebuke at this time. I ask that you please align me with those who need messages of clarity, messages of perspective, healing, love, peace, joy, to align with me at the time that they do, as your messages are timeless. God, I thank you for all that you continue to do, not just for me, but also for my collective. I ask that you keep a watchful eyes and keep us protected, keep this space sacred, keep this space free of all evil and malice. God, I thank you. I thank my ancestors, my loved ones who have transcended in love and light. I call upon my soul tribe, my soul family, my loved ones who have transcended in light. I connect with my spiritual court at this time as I now tap into the divine collective energy. Use me as the beacon of light as I now tap into the divine spiritual realm. God, I ask that you use me as a vessel to channel the messages from the ethers. I ask that you bless this space. I call upon my spiritual court, my santos, my eguns, my muertos, las gitanas que me acompañan, los indios que me rodean, my son Three, my grandmother Emilia, my son Pepe, and my best friend Sierra as we now tap into the divine collective. I thank you in advance. Thank you to the ancestors in advance and to all the spirits that we tap into. Ashe, Ashe, Ashe. We bless and keep this space sanctified. Amen. Amen. Welcome in, welcome in. Happy birthday to Lashauna's daughter. Happy solar return. Happy solar return, Leo. We are back, you guys. God bless. 14:14 on the clock. I've been seeing lots of fours here lately. I don't know about y'all. All right. I don't know about y'all, but fours keep coming up to me. I don't know what that's about, but we're going to go ahead and tap into collective energy. So if you guys are here, God bless you. We're going to tap into collective energy. This is a general message for all signs. Doesn't matter what you have highly aspected in your chart. All right, take what resonates, leave the rest behind. Please make sure to follow, okay? I only go live on this account. I do have a backup page, but I very rarely use it. I only use it when I have issues with this platform, and thank God I haven't had any. So please beware of scammers. I will never reach out to you. That is not me in your comments, let alone your DMs. I do not reach out to people. I'm a firm believer as a healer, your people find you. Either it's through my energy, through the FYP, through a share. However, it was that you connected with me, all right, just know that it was divinely guided. I always pray before I start because I always want to make sure that God connects me with the right individuals. All right, I'm really big on my platforms. I don't go out here buying people, none of that. Every person you see here was literally brick by brick. Okay, you either fucked with my energy, you came on my live, and I shot you straight. I shot you straight. I told you what it was, and you were like, "Damn, she really spit some facts at me." Or, "All right, I can see why she's telling me this and maybe I need to do this." So whatever the case may be, if you are open to hear the message and receptive, by all means, the doors are open. Okay, please make sure that you are not spamming in the chat. All right, I know a lot of you, especially on TikTok, like to come in and drop questions. Look, I don't do questions. You can pay for a question, but I don't do questions. I do spirit-led readings. All right, I'm a firm believer that my gifts were given to me on purpose and with reason, and I'm here to spit the message to you. Okay, now if you want clarity on a certain situation, by all means, you guys can send the energy when I open up my list. All right, so with that being said, if you guys are ready for collective, tap in. All right, tap in if it's real. All right, we don't do monitoring spirits over here. All right, this is an interactive live, so if you guys are here, make sure that you guys are following. All right, tap in down below. If this is your first time here, welcome. God bless. Go ahead and drop a sunflower in the chat so we can go ahead and begin. All right, I'm big on watering your garden, our garden. All right, this is the garden of healing. Sometimes we need a message, we need clarity, we need that confirmation, right? So we're gonna go ahead and tap into that. So wherever you guys are located, God bless you. All right. You guys can always run back these readings back on Facebook or on YouTube. So definitely make sure that you are following. All right. Let's go ahead and tap in, y'all. Bendición, bendición, bendición. If you don't know what that is, that's blessings. Okay. Blessings upon blessings upon blessings. God bless. Let's go ahead and tap into the divine collective energy spirit for this collective. Let's go ahead and tap in. I see my people is ready. All right. And if you guys would like to receive a different experience, you guys can always jump on YouTube. Okay. You guys see the board, you see me as well. Sometimes I don't like showing my face, sometimes I do, but TikTok, you're always either going to see my face or you're going to see the board. All right. So let's tap in. Spirit, what is the energy? What is the leading energy here for this collective? I know that we've been going through a lot of shifts, a lot of changes within this divine collective. But what is the focus today? What is the focus here for this collective today? There was one that flipped over. We have the Six of Pentacles, all right? The Six of Pentacles. So equal give and take, all right? Equal give and take. Big on reciprocity here. Thank you. I appreciate you. Equal give and take and then resting, all right? Equal give and take and resting. Let's get another one. Hello, hermosa. God bless you. How are you, Liana? You are just in time for the collective energy. If you guys would share the live, all right, I appreciate it. Show some love on this live if you would, all right? Okay, so we have the Wheel of Fortune as an overall energy here. So there is a major turning point, okay? Major breakthrough coming through for the collective. And the thing with that is when breakthrough comes in, sometimes you get tested during those breakthroughs, and it's just like, spirit really testing the waves, right? To see like where you are spiritually, where you are ethically, where you are morally. All right. And with this Wheel of Fortune, I see that a lot of you guys are asking for a lot. And there's nothing wrong with asking for a lot. You can manifest whatever reality it is that you want. All right. Your thoughts create things. And if you are somebody that is in this energy of very negative, very pessimistic, well, guess what? That's exactly what you're going to bring out. But with the Wheel of Fortune in the upright, it definitely seems like some of you guys are going to be coming into some money, and it may be a larger sum of money. All right. And with a larger sum of money, there's a need for you to be very strategic and know where your money is going, because a lot of people, when they come into money after not having money, they don't know how to distribute, right? They think that money can be limitless, and sometimes that money is not limitless. Sometimes that money is needed to be used for something. All right, so there is a need for you to be mindful about how you are expending your expenses, okay? Because I see money here. I see the Six of Pentacles. So that tells me that a lot of you there is going to be a either windfall, could be an inheritance of money, or just could be some resources coming your way. And there's a need for you to know how to work with the energy, okay? Because I feel like sometimes, because Spirit is showing me Spirit is showing me the energy of having something, right? After not having anything at all, and then overly consuming it to the point where you start making terrible decisions. All right. And I know that that's not just me, that's in general. It can be anyone. So if there's this windfall of money coming in, there's a need for you to really direct the energy and know exactly how you're going to work this money. And I'm not saying that every dollar needs to have a purpose, but I am saying every dollar deserves a purpose. So know exactly how you're spending. All right. I do feel like this is a time for you to kind of really rest, make sure that you are rejuvenating your system, replenishing your spirit, getting all the sleep that your body needs. Listen to your body. All right, listen to your body, because your body can be overly exhausted, overwhelmed, stressed. Why? Because you're not listening to your body. All right, there could be certain delays here too, maybe in travel or maybe wanting to move in a certain direction, and Spirit is kind of putting things on a halt, just so that you can get your mind, your body, and your spirit right. Okay, there's a need for you to really rebalance yourself. There's a need for you to really ground your energy, okay? Because there is a lot of things coming. Look at that, the Death and then the Empress. I can't make this up. So three majors at the bottom of the deck. So we have the Wheel of Fortune, we have the Death card, and then we have the Empress. So for a long time, a lot of you could have been in this energy of being in a masculine energy, okay? A masculine energy. And now it's like Spirit is like, look, we need you out of this alpha role and we need you to step into the divine feminine. All right. There is a need for change. There's a need for transformation. There's a need for you to allow the universe to bring things to you instead of you forcing or enforcing things. Okay, because you got to think the masculine energy, the masculine role is the dictator, is the one that makes the action, is the one that pursues it. The Empress energy is the receiving energy. That's the divine feminine energy. So there's a need for you to live a more softer life, okay, a more softer life than leading with the masculine energy. It's okay to step into your masculinity, but there's a need for you to balance the two. All right, the two roles. October could be significant here. All right, October could be significant here because I'm seeing 10. And I know that that's like right around the corner, but October could be of significance here. There could be some sort of change here or something coming in here. Look at that, Ace of Swords. Ace of Swords. That is the motherfucking truth, okay? So this breakthrough that I'm talking about definitely coming in around October. All right. So this will just give you some sort of time frame. There could be some sort of message, some sort of clarity, some sort of message coming to you. This could be some sort of contractual agreement here, where you're finally going to get the green light. You're finally going to get the go, because I'm seeing the scales. I'm seeing the scales. So Libra too could be significant. So October going into November energy. Yeah, the Three of Pentacles. That card wanted to come out again too. So I definitely feel that there is massive support coming in here. especially when it comes to finances. Okay, there could be some sort of new opportunity coming in. There could be a new job, a new role, a new promotion. Um, could be something here with supporting roles, okay? Maybe a project that is going to lead you to a promotion, but it's not just falling on you. It's definitely giving like other people joining the cause, other people coming in. Again, being in the receiving energy, not feeling like you have to do everything on your own, feeling like you are being supported by the universe. And it almost seems kind of like angelic. Like the universe is literally sending you people, sending you angels, sending you blessings, right? Because they want you to have it. They want you to receive the help. And if you've been calling out to the divine for some sort of assistance here, it's coming. All right, we have the Queen of Wands, and then we have the Knight of Wands. We have the Queen of Wands, and we have the Knight of Wands here. They both came out in the reverse, but it doesn't matter how I read these. Let me get some more energy. Why is the Knight of Wands and the Queen of Wands here, Spirit? Lots of fire energy. Okay, the Star. Aquarius energy, one more. And the Seven of Swords in the cross. All right, so we got the Knight of Wands, the Queen of Wands, and the Star that came out in the reverse, and then the Seven of Swords that came out cross. So when it comes to your energy, collective, I need you to restore your faith in yourself. Bendición, mamita. I need you to restore the faith within yourself. I feel like sometimes you could deceive yourself. You could deceive your own judgment. Especially when it comes to like certain people in your energy. All right, if you are somebody that is connected to somebody very closely, could be like a friend, could be a family member, could even be a spouse. I feel like sometimes their projections or their insecurities you end up picking up. So there's a need for you to kind of like rebalance yourself in a way where you're not, because I'm hearing like, who are you kidding? Like why are you picking up these bad habits? Why are you assuming the role of somebody else that isn't yours? Like why are we picking up these burdens and responsibilities that aren't ours? Why are you getting triggered? I definitely feel like that is definitely much connected to somebody very much connected to you, that wouldn't necessarily have the same spiritual path that you do. And it could be a bit conflicting. It can make things a bit difficult here with the Seven of Swords. Because I'm hearing, like, who are you kidding? Look at that. And then we have the Ten of Wands, as I said that. The Ten of Wands. For some of you, this could be somebody that you have built a long-term foundation with. This could almost feel like a familiar spirit. All right. So again, this could be a best friend. Your best friend could be going through a situation and they're down in the slumps, and now you're acting in the same demeanor. Nothing is going to work out for me. Like, I'm just wasting my time. Like, or a spouse or a partner that has been down in the dumps about their financial circumstances, and now they're a Debbie Downer, and now you're assuming how they're acting. You guys pick up what I'm putting down. All right, this is somebody very, very, very familiar. I feel like whoever this energy is definitely coming through as somebody that deals with depression and anxiety on a daily, all right? And it's hard for them to kind of keep themselves grounded. So please be protective of your energy, okay? If somebody's light is diminished, try to protect your light at all costs, is basically what I'm getting at here, okay? Because it could be very contagious. Ace of Pentacles here. See what I mean? And not only that energy in itself can literally drain you to the point where you miss out on opportunities as well. When you start assuming somebody else's demeanor, you miss out on opportunities. But I definitely see something rolling out here for you. All right, there's definitely something here rolling out in the near future. Could be within the next couple of weeks here. All right, definitely by this year, 2026 for sure. I see some new opportunities, something coming in here that is going to that is going to help you here. Look at that, the 6 of Wands. Something that's going to allow you. So you go from the 10 of Wands to the 6 of Wands. All right, you go from the 10 of Wands to the 6 of Wands. So that energy right there in itself is literally telling me that you are, um, you're working on releasing things that just don't align with you, that don't serve you, which is great. Okay, that means that you're working on yourself, that you're releasing, that you are working on letting go of things that don't necessarily align with you. Okay, yeah, definitely lots of fire here. I feel like also some of you guys are like regaining your passions, okay, regaining your purpose. You know, look at that, Page of Wands. You're feeling inspired here. Okay, you're definitely feeling inspired. I feel like there's a lot of Wands energy here. So you could be somebody that's very much tapped in. You could have Aries, Leo, Sagittarius placements in your birth chart that are highly aspected here. But I definitely see lots of inspiration coming here. We go from the Page of Wands to the Page of Swords. So something new is starting to brew. Something new is starting to brew. All right. Could be a new idea, could be some a leap of faith that you're taking, could be a new business venture. For some of you guys, it could be a new direction, a new place, new environment. All right. Um, new knowledge. Okay. But I see lots of new energy coming in here. Look at that, Queen of Cups. And it's definitely something that you're very passionate about. All right. You said a mouthful. I know, girl. I fucking know. And we have Justice at the bottom of the deck. So the Queen of Cups. So I definitely feel like you guys are really coming into balance with your needs, your wants, your intentions are definitely being tested right now. I really feel like you're really stepping into a phase in your life where you're moving very intentionally, as you should. As you should. Spirit, any more messages? Any more messages for this divine collective? Divine messages for this collective, please. Yeah, look at that. The 10 of Cups. The 10 of Cups. Listen, everything that you experience, whatever pain that you experience, whatever loss, whatever heartbreak, whatever broke you, that has literally turned into your 10 of Cups. All right? Whatever broke you literally turned into your 10 of Cups. You turned your pain into purpose, or you're turning your pain into purpose. All right? You detach from a lot of things that just no longer were serving you. And I feel like the way that you're approaching things with your heart intentionally, because I'm seeing a lot of fire and water. Okay, so Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio energy could be prominent for you, but you guys are leading more with your heart's desires, with your passions. I feel like, you're finally getting out of this, analytical phase where you literally dictated every single move. Like now you're like, you know what? I'm going where I feel that I appreciate it. I'm going where I feel like I'm going to bless people. I'm going where I feel needed. Look at that. The 6 of Cups. The 6 of Cups. I can't make this up. All right. We're literally moving into your strength. Your strength is your emotion. Your strength is where your heart, all right? You're bold, you're courageous. You are somebody that is embodying your vulnerability. And because you've embodied that, that has now become your strength. Okay? Leo energy here. We have Leo, we have Capricorn, we have Libra, we have Aquarius energy. From what I can see, we have Scorpio as well. From what I can see right now. But yeah, your heart, the way you love is literally your strength. And I feel like you're gonna go You're gonna go far. Look at that, the Ace of Wands. All right, you're gonna go far. I feel like you're a very genuine person, collective. You definitely come off as very genuine. Like very intentional, very loving, very caring, very much um about being the best version of yourself. You've let go of conflict. You made peace. You literally are making peace. You're making peace with what hasn't happened or what didn't work for you. You've made peace with it. I don't think you're harboring anymore. I feel like your justice, your karma was really focusing on yourself, loving up on yourself, really pushing your goals, your aspirations. And it seems like your light has, hey Tanisha, your light has literally been your strength. And I feel like, look at that. We have the Eight of Pentacles. You've really worked hard on this. All right, this hasn't been something that just happened overnight. Like, this is something that you have literally you have worked so freaking hard to get to where you're at. All right, and I see for a lot of you, there have been times where, something distracted you, or something came out of nowhere and it literally put you back 10 steps, right? But you didn't give up. You fought hard. You fought hard for where you're at right now, collective. All right, you had to walk away from a lot. All right, you had to navigate away from things that just weren't for you anymore. Your main concern was your stability. Your main concern was structure. Your main concern was having something tangible. All right. For a lot of you could have grew up poor. All right. A lot of you probably grew up with nothing, and now that's something important. Not saying that you're materialistic by any means, right? But I feel like you are somebody that is making it a point to make sure that you make up for what your bloodline, your lineage didn't have, with the Three of Cups here. um it's like you're wanting to ensure that you have more celebrations than having trauma. All right, you're wanting to bring more celebration, more happiness, more fulfillment, versus trauma and um uh fear, abandonment, things that our ancestors and our loved ones before us had to deal with. I definitely feel like this is definitely very generational. All right, with this Three of Swords here, a lot of you guys walked away from things that just they didn't align with you. They didn't align with you the way that certain family members would, justify certain things. We have the Eight of Wands here. All right. I feel like a lot of them really took their time. Okay, a lot of them took their time, their sweet ass time for certain things here, especially with their foundation, their stability. A lot of them believe that hard work was the only way to achieve a home, right? By blood, sweat, tears, that was the only way. But now in this day and age, you could literally be a day trader and make millions in a fucking minute. You know what I'm saying? But the people that didn't grow up in that era wouldn't believe it. You know what I'm saying? They don't, they'll find a way to justify why that's not, you know, that's not something that you should do, right? Like, they'll be the first ones to be in here. Oh, that's crooked. That's bankruptcy. That's just some dumb shit without knowing. But the world is here, right? The world is here. You are somebody that is embodying different cycles in your bloodline, and I really do feel like this collective in particular was meant to cut old standards. All right. This you were the one that was chosen out of your lineage, right? When you came into this womb, into this world, you came with a task, and that task was to break out of these old systems, old dynamics, that our family used to pass down, and you broke out of it. All right, you broke out of the matrix. You broke out of whatever they were trying to justify here, whatever they thought was deemed perfect, right? To uphold their name. Because back in the day, your name meant something. Back in the day, your name meant something. Okay. Not saying that your last name, your surname, or anything doesn't have value today, right? But back in the day, your name had worth to it. All right. If you were somebody, like, just look through history, right? Through the history books. The Rothschilds. They're one of the most richest families in the world. You'll always hear about the Rothschilds. All right, the Rockefellers, all of these people, their names held up some way, shape, or form. If you heard, right? Yes, free from generational curses. That's exactly what it is. You broke free. Like, it's like your ancestors literally chose you, right? Because there was an ancestor before you that was supposed to do it, but they were too afraid. They didn't have the strength, the courage to do so. But you, my friend, in the generation that you're in now, you have the capabilities of doing it freely without judgment or somebody casting you to hell. Even though sometimes from time to time you'll have people who will come in and combat whatever, right? But you're definitely brought here to break free, break the chains, break the curse from what your family went through, what they couldn't do. All right. I definitely feel like somebody before you was meant to do it, but they failed. So you are the one that is you're the breaker of chains. That's the best way that I can put that reading into perspective. The most high and your help gets me through. I'm an only child with 6 kids, no close family. Lashana, I appreciate you. God bless, my love. May God continue to bless you and your family. Anytime that you feel that you want to connect, you're more than welcome to connect here with the collective. Okay. I always call upon my soul tribe, my soul family. My lady, you are on your shit with all due respect. Of course, my love. I know sometimes YouTube could be a bit delayed, right? But I'm gonna put this as the collective energy. Um, you were chosen to be the breaker of chains. That's tonight's energy. All right. You were you were the one chosen to be the breaker of chains for this generation. Boom. Let's go ahead and jot these timestamps down. That way you can run it back yourself on YouTube if you would like. Thank you for the heart, me, my love. My list is now open. I released the collective energy with love and light. Thank you so much for allowing me to tap in, you guys. If this resonated with you, put a number 1 in the chat. Collective begins. Put a number 1 in the chat if this resonated with you, my loves. 43. Tina, I see you, beloved. Did anybody else resonate with this reading? Let me know in the chat. Hi V. God bless you. I see you, Leanna. Thank you for the gifts, Mama. Well, my list is now open. I see you, Blaze. I see you. I see this reading resonated with a lot of people. And I'm so glad that I was able to deliver that. And if you guys missed it, you just missed it. I was just about to say, you can run it back on YouTube, okay? You can run it back on YouTube, unforgettable_EMZ. Make sure you subscribe and like, okay? The collective was about 30 minutes, but it was really good. The name of it is You Were Chosen to Be the Breaker of the Chains for This Generation. I loved it. Yes, Blaze says, I hope everyone in the chat has a great night. Blaze is in Canada, y'all. Shout out to Blaze. We appreciate you. Thank you so much. Get some rest. Definitely get some rest. I see all of you guys. Uh, have a wonderful night on purpose, okay, beloved? If you guys enjoyed the reading, definitely make sure to subscribe to the channel. All right. I am going to go ahead and open up the list. This is the list, the price list. Hopefully you guys can see it. I finally added it to YouTube. I know a lot of you guys be having questions, and I can never show it on here. But this is the same list that I have on TikTok. Yes, of course, of course. I'm going to go ahead and remove myself so you guys can check if anybody would like to tap in on a reading. All right, just let me know down below. If not, I will go ahead and release you guys. I am going to be traveling tomorrow. So I don't know. I may come on late night tomorrow. Excuse me. I'm going to try my best to come on late night tomorrow, but I'm not entirely sure. All right. I don't see anybody on here. And that's okay. I came on to do a collective. So I'm gonna go ahead and hop off. And if you guys want to tap in private, you guys can also do so by sending me a private message. I also do private readings as well, okay? Thank you so much for tapping in, my loves. God bless you. And I will see you guys on the next stream, okay?